So Donald Trump's press secretary, Kayleigh McEnany, has humiliated herself again, maybe for the last time if Fox News stops having her on. Although my sense is she'll still continue humiliating herself for a couple more months. Kayleigh McEnany does this thing which is completely absurd. It's absurd in like an evil genius way, which is she has different personas. Sometimes Kayleigh McEnany is White House press secretary, speaking in her official role as White House press secretary. Sometimes she is a Trump campaign senior advisor, and then sometimes she's just a private person. And I know that this may be difficult for a lot of folks who expect logic and reason to understand, but when Kayleigh does her press briefings, which she hasn't done in a very long time, that's very clear. She is White House press secretary, very clear cut, speaking to us as the representative for Donald Trump. Now, just before the election, she started appearing on Fox News pretty frequently under a different title. And you would see under her name, it would say Trump 2020 Senior Advisor. It's already weird because she's officially a White House staffer. And then last week at that completely ridiculous press conference where she said it was all stolen, Biden didn't win anything, Trump won everything, and held up pieces of paper, she said, "Hi, I'm Kayleigh McEnany. I'm here in my personal capacity." It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, that sort of thing. Well, this morning, Kayleigh shows up on Fox News, and you just have to see this. First of all, I guess in order to try to keep things kosher from the standpoint of the Hatch Act, Brian Kilmeade actually says Kayleigh has two roles. And today she's here not as press secretary, but as a campaign person. Take a look.
Kayleigh McEnany joins us. She's got a dual role. Here she's on as the Trump 2020 campaign advisor.
So it's almost like Brian Kilmeade was told, make sure to mention this. And I don't know how you tell the difference. Maybe when she wears her diamond cross necklace, she's there as press secretary. And when she wears her gold cross necklace, that's when she's the campaign advisor. Sort of like Superman. When he has the glasses on, it's Clark Kent. When the glasses come off, it's Superman. I don't know, but it's all wacky. But then this is where it gets just beyond satire. Brian Kilmeade says, Joe Biden isn't getting the presidential daily briefing. He did win. It's a national security issue. And Kayleigh says, now, that's a question for the White House. She is the White House spokesperson as press secretary, but today we have to pretend she's a different character. She's merely a lowly campaign advisor. Check this out. It's wild.
A Republican, he said, listen, give Joe Biden the presidential daily brief. After all, Senator Harris she's on the Intel committee. She has high level security access. Has the president considered that?
I haven't spoken to the president about that. That would be a question more for the White House. But I will say that all laws are being followed with regard to an expected transition, though we expect to continue on as the Trump administration. We will see how our litigation goes.
When we say how stupid do they think we are? They think their followers and Fox News viewers are very stupid. And this is indistinguishable from parody. And even though we've already heard that Trump knows he can't win and he's doing this entire thing as theater and, taking money from people in doing so, Kayleigh McEnany will not close the door on Donald Trump pushing for Republican legislators to try to essentially invalidate the election results by selecting Trump electors. This is the electoral college strategy we talked about 6 weeks ago. And the idea is take a state that Biden won by the popular vote, like, for example, Wisconsin. Because Biden won, what they're supposed to do is send Biden electors to cast their official electoral votes for Joe Biden. But if you can find a state with a state legislature that is Republican that might be willing to just interfere, theoretically, the state legislature could send Trump electors, even though Joe Biden wins the popular vote in that state. That's what they're asking about here. And Kayleigh McEnany won't rule it out.
Controlled state legislatures would then, because they would not be certified, would then appoint pro-Trump electors who would swing the electoral college in his favor. It's unclear exactly how seriously the campaign is taking that. How seriously is the campaign considering that?
Well, constitutionally, that is an accurate argument. It is the state legislatures that choose the electors. But right now, they're zeroed in completely on litigation. And
so there she is, not ruling it out. We might discuss that more. I've already talked about it. And of course, no good Trump voter fraud segment would be complete until somebody holds up papers for the camera, and Kayleigh McEnany also doing that.
Fix their ballot. So we have a number of affidavits from voters who were not told to fix their ballot while their Democrat counterparts in 7 counties were.
So that's Kayleigh McEnany, Trump campaign staffer, not there. Yeah, I know she's White House press secretary. She wasn't there as White House press secretary. So when she was asked questions about Trump that she doesn't want to answer, she says, oh, that would be a question for the White House, like maybe for the White House press secretary, which is her. These are wild times that we are living through. I am very ready for it to end, and we're getting closer. We're getting closer, and even Donald Trump seems to be acknowledging that. This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. One of the things I make a priority on the show is not to perpetuate stigma for things that don't deserve it. We've talked about mental health. We've talked about many things where we should all just be respectful adults, period, and we would be better off. And Blue Chew can increase performance and give you that extra confidence you may be looking for. BlueChew.com, blue like the color blue, is the first chewable with the same FDA-approved ingredient as in Viagra and Cialis. It can be taken day or night, even on a full stomach, since it's chewable. Blue Chew is prescribed online by licensed doctors. You don't have to go to a doctor's office. You don't have to wait in line at a pharmacy. It ships right to your door in a discreet package. They're made in the USA, and since Blue Chew prepares and ships direct, it's cheaper than a pharmacy. And best of all, no more awkwardness. We've got a special deal for our viewers and listeners. Go to BlueChew.com. Get your first shipment free when you use our promo code Pakman. That's Pakman. Pay just $5 shipping. That's BLUE Chew.com. Promo code Pakman to try it totally free. Blue Chew is the better, cheaper, faster choice, and we thank them for sponsoring the David Pakman Show.